Alright, folks. Let's try not to mulligan. Okay, well that's already... Yeah, cannot keep that. This hand is very bad too. Oh my god. Maybe the deck is just so bad. I don't know. I feel like we've been drawing terribly too. Not entirely sure. Good news is that if we found a black, if we find a second land and or a black early, we can still do some things with this hand. But yeah, I cannot really tell if the deck is just complete trash or... I mean, could entomb now and hope that we just naturally draw the land. Might be better than trying to chart a course. Yeah, probably gonna go with that line. Anyways, can't really tell if the deck is way worse than I think it is, or if we've just been drawing very bad. Might be a little bit of both. Okay, interesting. Grixis hardcasting a Legionnaire. I don't think you would play that in a Grixis deck unless you are playing Tinker and you need cheap artifacts, so probably gonna assume the other's playing Tinker. Alright, we drew the land naturally, which is lucky. Probably gonna kill the Cleave. I know I just mentioned Tinker and Tinker is a blue card. Oh, okay. But in general, if you can pick two color, probably want to pick two color more than one. Interesting. So yeah, 4 colors, playing Spyglass and Legionnaire in the main. These cards are not necessarily bad, but this, I don't know, at least Legionnaire feels weird out of what looks like a control deck. Good news is now we can discard Jace, as we know it's not going to be very good. And yeah, we have a 3-turn clock, so probably just gonna raise, try to raise. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have an O-ring, otherwise we are kind of out of gas, I guess. Peter Blossom's nice. Given just F6'd. Alright, good to know. I guess killing this black-red land might have hurt them quite a bit. Alright. Thinking about our lines, I guess. The thing that's a little bit clunky right now, no matter what, is that because of Persist, they just don't want to kill that. They are happy to remove it from the game if they can, but they don't really want to kill it, so we can't really expect that thing to die and then be able to reanimate it again. This is not gonna happen. Solemn, okay. Which means the 2 cards in our hand are gonna be pretty dead. Yeah. Okay, found the red. No attack with Legionnaire is pretty good news for us, I think. I don't feel like sealing something is great for us right now. Could steal the Solemn. Then they go to 1. Yeah, actually, The main reason I'm gonna do that is because we have a Bitter Blossom on the battlefield, and them being at 1 against Bitter Blossom means that even if they deal with that, they're in a lot of trouble still. So 4 color, I don't know, looks controlly to me, but hard to tell given what they played. 2 creatures they played were artifacts. Might want to side out one of these. But we don't have anything great in the side either. Like, the problem is our side is pretty bad, so it's not like we're gonna bring in a whole lot of relevant things. If they are indeed playing controlled, Kozilek could be a thing, but by the time we get to hardcast that, I don't know, that doesn't seem great. I could see Lotus Bloom being better than Bone Shredder in this matchup, though. Bloom is not amazing, but we can hardcast a Primus with it, and can give us a little bit of punch in the later game. I think this hand is fine. I'm not a big fan, but the fact we have turn 3 Nemesis, turn 1 Bloom. The opponent ball to 5, okay, and put a card on top. I'm pretty impressed by how, I'm pretty sure so far out of like 5 hands, no, maybe 6 hands and 3 mulligans, we never open a hand with both blue and black mana in it. Again, the mana base is not great, but 9/8 is like, you know, it's your average limited deck, and very often you just get the colors, maybe not double colored, I mean, maybe not both color twice, but you get one of each quite easily, usually. I don't know. Definitely had deck with mana base worse than that, doing a better job at keeping hands. Okay, the other one's on an artifact deck, I guess, since they are playing Workshop. Go for the Throat could be pretty bad. Pretty happy we sided out the Bone Shredder. I think it's slightly worse than Go for the Throat. I mean, you could say that Bone Shredder at least is a creature if you have nothing else, but it's such a bad creature, I don't think it matters a whole lot, and being an instant speed makes Go for the Throat a little bit more appealing, I believe. The opponent's gonna top upkeep. And hopefully we don't get, I don't know, tinkered out of the game. There's a pretty high failure rate in Vintage Cube because everyone want to do funny thing, powerful thing, and when it's not open, you end up with a pretty bad deck, like we just did here. So yeah, sometimes you just play deck that seem very weird or not very efficient, but it's because, you know, it's very easy to try doing something and failing. And it's kind of what we did here. I don't think that, again, the deck doesn't seem atrocious to me. I think we mostly had pretty bad draws too. But it's definitely not ideal, and again, pretty easy to fail. Topping again? Why? Oh, because they drew a card, so now they can see more things. Top is one of my least favorite cards in the game, I think. The other day I just played with it because I had Tinker and I had a lot of fetches, so it was kind of good, but it was still the worst thing ever. Tangle Wire, interesting. Another card I really don't like, but okay. It's gonna buy the opponent a little bit of time. We could Soulseize, but at this point it seems that their hand is just pretty bad. So yeah, I think we'll just let that be. So they can tap Wire, Spellskite, and Sensei top, and they have all the mana they want. I mean, if they tap top, they cannot use the second ability anymore. That might not be a big deal, though. I don't really know. We don't really know what they are doing, actually. We know they want artifacts, but other than that, it's kind of unclear how they win. Probably there's a Tinker in there. All right. Okay, that's scary. Looks like a Wormcoil to me. Looks like they found a threat. Wormcoil is not going to do much against True Name Nemesis, though. Could have answered by sacking the Lotus, I guess. But then if they name Lotus, they are not... Oh, actually it's a mana ability, so they cannot even... I mean, they can name Lotus, it's just not going to do anything, though. Revoker, Phyrexian Revoker is the only card that can stop mana abilities. So yes, definitely don't want to sack Lotus here. And even if they could name Lotus, I mean, even if, they could stop mana abilities, I would still probably not do it, because then what do? We just cast a Snapcaster, which doesn't do anything, and then they can name Jace, whereas if they name Lotus, at least Jace is free. Lodestone, alright. Okay, well, now the Evan has no pressure, and we have a lot of cards in hand. We can just wait a little bit, and eventually we'll be able to unfold our game plan. Probably gonna use that Thoughtseize as a a discard outlet, especially since the opponent doesn't have any card in hand anymore. We just need to find another black so we can Imperial Seal without cracking the Lotus. And then we just grab our Witchful Primus. And after that we can go Thoughtseize ourselves, Necromancy the Primus, probably kill the island. Though I guess I have Izzet Signet, so it might not be that appealing. Alright. Yeah. This card is really... It's not even very good, and it's really obnoxious to play against, or even play with. As I said, I was playing with it the other day because it felt pretty good in my deck, but even playing with it and having it being mediocre, which I think is the best it can be, I was unhappy to play with it. And playing against it is even worse. The only reason it was good is because counterbalance, but outside of that, this card is just quite awful. I'll probably tap 2 islands now and leave the option to use the bloom if we'd like to. Alright, there's a black, which is good. Don't think their hand is very good. Again, kind of want to use that as a reanimation enabler. Might just go seal pass. Yeah, that sounds fair. Oh, need to pay 1 more. Kind of forgot about the big Lodestone. All right. No reason to trade 3 for 5 here. Next turn we just tap 1 island, we sack that, we have access to like 7 mana. We can Sotiz ourselves plus Necromancy for a total of 6. Not sure what exactly we're supposed to kill. Could be the Workshop. Like, Workshop usually pretty bad, but it seems like they build their deck around it so much that it's probably quite good in their deck. Cannot really deprive them from blue or red because, you know, Island, Mountain plus Signet. Could kill the Signet, I guess. Maybe they need black for some stuff. We'll see. Something is happening now, though, which is kind of frightening. 7. Okay, could be a Mirror Battlesphere. Yes, it is. It's not really a big deal. It's gonna make racing kind of difficult, I guess, but we're still completely fine. All right. Yeah, probably gonna kill the Workshop. It's just the most threatening thing here. Could also kill the Spyglass, so we free Jace. I don't think freeing Jace is a big problem. I mean, I don't think it's a real concern right now. Now we kind of have a board stall. We have more cards in hand, though. We can seal again using Snapcaster. I'm not even sure what we would seal for. Maybe should have just... Yeah, I think I just misplayed actually. What we want to do is probably just Living Death. So there was an argument to just... Ooh, Tezzeret is scary. Now they found a win con. We can kill our own Woodfall Primus and kill Tezzeret though. We just go for the throat, so... I'm not gonna die to that. But probably should have gone for a Snapcaster, Imperial Seal on the last turn. Though we did not have enough mana. Oh, I guess we did. We just tapped. We just had to tap the. What did I got? A Solemn Simulacrum. We just had to tap our Lotus Bloom, and it would have been good enough. Okay, Control Magic's not bad. We need to kill that, otherwise it's gonna one-shot us though. So yeah, we'll do that. Woodfall's gonna come back so we can attack with it. They have a 7 toughness blocker, but maybe they don't wanna block with it for some reason. I'm gonna attack them. If I attack Tezzeret, it's pretty obvious they are gonna block it no matter what. If I attack them, maybe they are like, I can take 6. I don't want my Battlesphere to get dismembered or I don't know what. Truth is, I think they should block. I don't think there's a big reason not to block, but maybe they want to play around stuff and whatnot. They certainly don't want to kill it though, because it kills Tezzeret. I mean, worst case scenario, they block it, nothing happens. It doesn't change anything for us. Best case scenario, they just take 6 for free, so... Alright. And them taking 6 is actually fairly relevant when we have, you know, the board we have right now, True Name Nemesis. So we know they have a Solemn in hand, which is fine, doesn't really change anything. Next turn we get to Snap Seal for something. Not sure what, not sure why, not sure what exactly. But now the good thing for them is they can shuffle the top of their library by fetching with Solemn, and the top of their library is probably incredibly bad since they've been, you know, they've been grabbing a Balthier, a Tezzeret, but they probably had at least 2 other cards that were rotting there for a couple turns and were pretty bad. Okay. Second black is not bad. So we could go for a Leaving Death a little bit later. So I'm just thinking about how we could make them want to attack with Battlesphere and kill our Primus, because now it doesn't have Persist anymore. So they might just want to kill it. So they are more likely going to attack if they can. So I guess if we attack with True Name, what happens? They attack with everything. They tap 4 mirrors. We take 4 down to 12. We can do some chump blocking, which is nice because, again, our plan is to reanimate next turn. So I guess, yeah, we probably attack with Nemesis. So they feel threatened, they feel like they must do something, they must attack us. And then we can just do a bunch of chump blocking. And Leaving Death. The problem if we attack is they probably just, maybe they smell the thing and just block with their creatures, so they go into the graveyard and they actually get them back from Leaving Death if they feel like this might be what we are doing. But here, you know, I'm just attacking, I just grab something on top, they might not think about Leaving Death and they might be like, okay, I need to kill them, and have pretty good attacks, and we can just have the Woodfall Primus die, have the Snapcaster die, and try to build our game plan. It's kind of, you know, it's gonna depend a lot on what they do, draw, and find off the top. This could change things a lot, but with no cards in hand, if I was the opponent here, I would certainly start to attack, and I would feel pretty worried about the game going longer. And this is kind of what we want. So hopefully they fall into our trap and they don't draw something that make them change their plan. The fact that they are topping now is probably pretty good news. Indicates that they did not find anything great right now. Not necessarily. They might have found something great that, oh, now they found something great though. Hopefully it's something great that's a creature though. Or, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It is gonna be pretty telling if I just chump with the Primus instead of double blocking with Snapcaster and Primus. Because I would either just, you know, chump with Snapcaster or double block to try kill them Balthier. Just chump blocking with the Primus is gonna indicate the Leaving Death in a pretty obvious fashion. Okay, now it's good because we can go for a double chump block, which I think hides our business a little bit better. But again, depending on what they have drawn off the top, and they were pretty, you know, eager to do that. They drew pretty quickly. Things could still go wrong. Like if they found just, who knows, a count spell. And we're gonna go down to 8, which is, you know, relatively low. They could, yeah, a lot of bad things could happen. Living Death's powerful card though. I have pretty good. Yeah, our block is still kind of. I'm gonna block like that, think for a while, and then be like, oh no, I'm taking too much damage and move it here. And act as if I was making bad blocks. Because, you know, the right block is obviously you trade these rather than doing that. But now they might think I'm just bad. Which is, again, we really don't want them to see the Living Death coming. It might be a little bit obvious given all the things that happened. But, yeah. We really want them to think we're just bad and in a pretty bad spot. Now again, if they just found a count spell off the top, there's probably no real way we can win from now on. They did not play whatever they found. So even if Living Death doesn't resolve, we die, right? If we don't attack with Nemesis and Living Death doesn't resolve, we still die. They just deal 4, yeah. We're dead no matter what, so might as well attack first. Otherwise, you know, you might want to just try to resolve Living Death, and if they happen to have a count spell, well, it sucks, but at least you are not dead. But here we are dead no matter what if they have the count spell, so just go for it. Oh, it worked somehow. I'm not sure what to kill. We cannot. I guess white is the only color we can get rid of. I really doubt Spyglass is going to be a problem, so let's go after the white mana, and yeah, whatever. I mean, doesn't really matter what we do with Snap. So Living Death resolved, which is pretty big. They are at 8. We have 8 damage. We have control magic. They could have instant bagging a creature since the board was looking pretty good for them, and they could have smelled the Living Death. We know they have probably something good, right? Given how quickly they topped. It was not a count spell, though. Okay, well, that's good news. If the best thing they can do right now is trying to find something. Not sure what was the card they picked off the top. Maybe a creature. And then my blocks were a little bit fishy, so they were like, not gonna drop that. They probably have a sweeper coming. I imagine it's a good creature, and they just wisely did not cast it after my bad blocks. Despite all my effort to hide the plan. But you know, I just put something on my top of my library and all. It was pretty. I don't think it was very easy to hide, or you know. But you might as well not, you know, give all the information and be super obvious about what you are doing, even though they might still find out. A little hiding can't hurt. I do enjoy playing games like that, though, where you get to build a game plan and just, you know, do things in such way that your game plan works out, or at least try to. Topping again. Huh. Now I think I might have wanted to just go for the Living Death play earlier, but somehow the misplay of fetching the Primus right away worked out well, because they ended up playing their Tezzeret, which we needed to deal with. But I think technically I should have grabbed Living Death a little bit earlier. Sure. Pretty sure they are out of gas. Just gonna steal that and go for the kill. Alright, looks like we got there this time. despite still having some pretty mediocre draws. But yeah, match was kind of interesting, I think, still. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you for round 3.